I want to go. Grand Rising. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Whatever it is to and for you. I'm getting ready to, well, we're getting ready to do the topic of discussion and insight, okay? If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. If you return into my channel, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate y'all, your love, your support, like, shares, comments, subscriptions, super chats, memberships, gifts, and all of that. If you are new here, all that I ask is that you keep it respectful, because if not, you get blocked. I ain't gonna debate about it. We ain't gonna go back and forth. I'm just gonna block you. Okay? FYI. Visit the playlist section. Everything can be found in the playlist, okay, for your convenience, not mine. All right? If you are new here, check out the members section, the membership tier information, rather. Okay. Tier information. Is my thing set right? It's not. Hold on, I gotta edit this real quick. Then the dog start working. Lord. Okay. Yeah, visit the there's only one membership tier. Okay. Only one. All right. And the membership tier is at $2.99 per month. Okay. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know why, but I do. But visit the playlist section, definitely, okay? There's 6 playlists on my channel, so find you a thumbnail that may fit, okay? Find you a thumbnail, honey. Hello, Joshua Lopez. Hello, GS Rich. Yeah, all I see is drink V8, baby. I don't know. Hey. Yeah, visit the playlist section though. There are 6 playlists over there. The membership tier, like I said, there's only one tier now. And the memberships are you so silly. Hello, Mr. Magical Mix. So, Manda Dream, how old are you? Start. Yeah, start. All you gotta do is start. You should be able to finish a 2,000 word essay in 3 hours. That's more than enough time. So all you gotta do is start. Okay? Clearly, Mr. Magical. Clearly. You know, clearly. Clearly. Oh, you did say 20,000 words. Yeah, that's still enough time. You could write that in less than 3 hours. Apply yourself. Maybe. Maybe you could, maybe you can't. I guess it depends on your attention span. You said you're not that young. How young are you? Because you young. You young for sure. That's how you greet people. What's good, gang? It's very tacky. Yeah. The way you speak let me know that. Mm-hmm. You out the gate. What's good, gang? You know, it's very young. Obvious. Captain Obvious. But you know, to each his own. Do your thing. You'll grow up one day. Yeah, see, you too young to be over here, honey. Where your parents at? They need to be over here so they can learn something. They got their 11-year-old talking like that. It's crazy. I wish, nah. My 16-year-old ain't even about to come talking to me like that. My 21-year-old ain't even coming to talk to me like that. What? 11? Find you a topic that you like, that where you can stay engaged in, and it'll flow. When you write about something you enjoy or something you like or something that's along the lines of what you enjoy and what you like, it's easy to write about it. It just flows better. Now, when you're trying to think of something that has nothing to do with an interest of yours, it's kind of hard, you know, to stay focused on it and write about it. So just find something that interests you. Hey, Autumn, what's going on? Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Affirmation station. I'm getting ready to do the topic for tonight. I did the affirmation this morning. I usually do the affirmations in the morning. I do the positive affirmations every morning. This morning I was a little late though. So our topic tonight is letting go. And why I chose the topic tonight for tonight to be letting go is because we in last quarter moon energy. Okay, we have last quarter moon today. The moon is currently in Scorpio. Then it's going to shift into Sagittarius soon. So then we got a new moon coming up next week in Pisces. okay, on the 17th. So it's actually on that Aquarius Pisces cusp, because the February 17th, that's my brother's birthday. But that's Aquarius Pisces cusp. Okay. So our new moon coming up will be on the Aquarius Pisces cusp, not in Pisces. Okay. So it's going to matter the balance of that energy with Aquarius, between Aquarius and Pisces. Okay. And what that energy is all about. But of course, I'm going to break that down in my members only section, in the moon energy playlist section, that will be found there with the rest of the moon energy breakdowns. Today I didn't do the last quarter moon energy breakdown because after this morning's video, I didn't feel like it. No reason, no excuse. I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't. I may do it after this. I may do it in the morning. Who knows? But it'll get done. Hello, Shelly. Dinosaur. Don't be a fan, honey. I don't like that. Be a supporter. I appreciate you. Don't never be a fan of anyone other than yourself. Okay? Be a fan of yourself. Support others, but be a fan of yourself. Okay? I tell y'all that all the time. But yeah, I'll break down the last quarter moon energy eventually. Okay, so the last quarter moon is in Scorpio. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Mars is also one of Scorpio's traditional ruling planets as well. So things could be, you could want to be in the energy of releasing something or letting something go or walking away from something, and it could seem a little chaotic, right? A little, because Mars is that war ready, warlike energy. Okay, so it could be a little intense, a little aggressive, you know. So just mindfulness, be mindful of that energy because it matters. Okay. Hey, Adrian. Hello, Christopher. Adrian dropping them jewels. Hello, Shadarik. Delia. Hello. Sending you hugs back. Adrian, thank you for the floating heart, honey. So, yeah, be aware of the energy, okay? Because things could seem a little off or chaotic. Endings, if you ending something or walking away from something, it could seem a little chaotic. So just be mindful of that energy so you can keep it peaceful. Okay, so you have to learn to work with or against the energy. It just matters what energy it is, okay? So the positive energy, you want to work with that energy. You want to flow with that energy. The negative energy, you want to work against that energy, flow against that energy, okay? So this is where I break down the moon cycles, the major moon cycles: first quarter moon, last quarter moon, new moon, full moon energy. This is why I break down these moon cycles for y'all, so y'all can learn how to work with the energy and it not work against you. Okay, so it can be beneficial to you instead of it harming you. Okay, or leaving you in the energy of regrets, because that the moon energy is all about reaction, feelings, emotions. That's why during full moon cycles, the energy is usually very, very intense. And it's usually very intense because your feelings, your emotions, and the way you react to things are associated with the moon. That's what the moon is. Okay? It's a feminine energy. So FYI, okay? Be mindful. Be mindful. If you know how people get irritated on Mondays because they don't want to go back to work, and they don't like Mondays because Mondays everything seems to this, to that, to that, to this. Mondays are associated with the moon. So typically feelings, emotions, and things of that nature are a little more intense on Monday, and then it settles throughout the week. You know, I explained that before on my channel, but we might go through it again eventually. But just a brief breakdown of that because of what our topic is and what I'm getting ready to speak of and the information that I'm getting ready to give you guys in regards to letting go and releasing things. But I will go more in depth about it in the moon energy playlist section. Okay. So I'll do that for my members, like I said, either later after I finish this, because I'll be up for a while working. So I'll probably do it tonight. If not, I'll do it in the morning. Okay. Now, like I said, I chose the topic of releasing and letting go because it's last quarter moon energy, and that's what that last quarter moon is about. You releasing things that no longer serve you, you letting things go. I always tell y'all, if y'all have negative thoughts, emotions, feelings during last quarter moon cycles, between that last quarter moon and new moon energy, before you get into that new moon energy, because once you get into that new moon energy, you're going into a new cycle. It's a new beginning. Okay, so you're going into a completely new cycle, a fresh cycle. So you want to clear all that negative energy before you move into that new cycle, or you're just going to repeat the same cycle. You're going to repeat, the energy is going to carry over with you. So you want to release that negative energy and that low vibrational energy before you go off into the new cycle, which is the new moon energy. Okay. So just FYI. Okay. Just a FYI. Okay. If you are new here and you don't know, I reference scriptures a lot. I don't believe in religion. I believe in God, the Most High God. I believe in God, not religion. So yes, I reference scriptures because every religion takes something out of the Bible. Every religion takes something from the Bible. Use it as a learning tool to help you grow in your spirituality. Nothing less, okay? So I'm going to give you guys my notes that I have, and I'm also going to give you guys something that I found that I thought was interesting. I liked it. But it's from a YouTuber. I can't remember his name, but I think he calls himself the avoidant therapist or something like that. I can't remember his name though. I think it's like Alex or Alexis, something like that. But the avoidant therapist. But I'm gonna share something from him with you guys too that I liked. I found it very interesting. Okay. So let me read these notes to you guys and then we can go from there. Okay. You can write these down. You can go visit the scriptures, compare them, whatever you want to do. Take them if you need them, to whatever it is you may be dealing with, be it anxiety, the fear of releasing, the fear of doing this, the fear of taking the next step in the right direction, the fear of walking away, the fear, whatever it is you're dealing with, okay? So Letting go means to surrender your worries, your past mistakes, things you can't control, and releasing the control to God, trusting in God's plan rather than your understanding of what you think something is or is supposed to be. Okay? Um this, I just said, it includes whether it's anxiety. Okay, it could be anxiety. You could have trouble with anxiety, trouble with forgiving others, trouble with moving forward, trouble with I said fear of releasing. He said fear of releasing. So I said fear of releasing because you could fear releasing something and letting something go, because you might think, well, if I let this go, this gonna happen. If I release this, that's gonna happen. If I leave this person, that's gonna happen. This person might do this to me because I'm letting them go, and that's something you can't worry about because that's not your problem. That's a them problem, not a you problem. Okay? Just FYI. That's a them problem, not a you problem. And if you really trust in yourself and you really trust in God and you really believe in your forward movement, you'll be all right. You just got to trust in yourself and trust your path and believe God going to keep you moving forward. Okay? So you give people way too much power over you when you do that. When you fear of letting go of things, I don't care if it's a person, a place, a job, a friend, a animal, I wouldn't care what it is, okay? When you are in fear of letting something go that is not good for you, that no longer serves you, that causes you more harm than good, that keeps you stuck, that keeps you repeating cycles and going in circles, when you in fear of letting that stuff go, it hurts you. It hurts you. It keeps you stuck. So you are responsible for your own healing and your own forward movement. So don't give somebody else that power over you to keep you stuck and repeating cycles, okay? Um so yeah. Moving forward means to release your past, release whatever is holding you back, and embrace new opportunities in faith moving forward. Move forward with faith. So, this requires you to trust and surrender. Okay? I'm going to give y'all these scriptures that I have here in reference to all of this, and then I'll read the rest of the notes. I have Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. I'm going to give y'all the verses for these. I always tell y'all read the whole chapter so you don't miss nothing. Okay. But I'm going to give y'all the verses for these because it's quite a few. Okay. But Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 through 7. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 12. And Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Okay? So letting go requires you, like I said, to trust and surrender. Okay? Release your past. Forgive and release your bitterness, and don't allow yourself to be bitter. Don't even allow yourself to get in that energy. Okay? Forgiveness to help you with that. Okay? Release your anger in regards to a situation, person, place, or thing. Okay? Your anger, your wrath, whatever it is, release that. Okay? Replace that energy with energy of love, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, things of that nature. I always tell y'all, keep an open heart and an open mind. Don't let anyone cause you to close your heart off, because that hurts you. It doesn't hurt them. It doesn't hurt anyone else. It'll hurt you. Okay? So don't that's also giving someone your power. So don't walk around with a closed heart and a closed mind. Okay? You deserve to have that wide open. Okay? Just discern and discern. Okay? um Letting go also requires you to release anxieties, your worries. Now, y'all, this made me think about yesterday. A friend of mine sent me some notes and scriptures, and at the end of it was something in regards to casting your cares. Okay, learn how to let God take care of it. I tell you all the time, I ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. I ain't gotta put my hands on you. I ain't gotta wish you ill. I'm gonna go pray about it. This is why I keep trying to get y'all to learn how to pray. Because it works. And God can do better than you ever can, honey. Okay? Just know that. So this is, you just gotta learn how to pray, okay? And it's not hard. I tell y'all, sit in solitude, sit in privacy, so you can have your one-on-ones with God. It's gonna seem like you talking to yourself. It's gonna seem like you're going crazy. That's right where God needs you to be for your one-on-one. Okay? And at each step that you grow, in your one-on-ones with God, you're gonna receive more wisdom. You're gonna receive more knowledge. You're gonna start to awaken to more things, okay? Integrity is everything. I didn't say pray. Don't learn how to pray on others. Now, when I say pray, I'm talking about Pray, not Prey. If you just out here praying on people, may you receive the karma you deserve. To the max, may you receive the karma that you deserve. If you are out here praying on people, Prey. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So, get me started. Now, the last one was letting go of control. Okay? Release the need to want to control situations. Release the need to want to control. You feel like you got to control this. You got to have control over that. You got to be in control of this. Be in control of yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what you have control over, is you. So learn how to be in control of yourself. Master self-control. Work on that. It'll serve you great. Okay? Master self-control. Now let me go to what I was telling y'all about in regards to this YouTuber that what I found was, now I can't remember his name. I think it's Alex or Alexis or something like that, or whoever, whatever their name is, but it's the avoidant therapist, if I'm not mistaken, right? And there's this 333 rule, okay? And it is, I'm going to read this to y'all. It's a guideline for healing, 3 days for intense emotional release, 3 weeks for reflection and gaining perspective, often with no contact, okay? And 3 months for rebuilding and moving forward with intentional self-improvement, okay? Now, I found this interesting because I have something like this. Right. I have something like this that I wrote maybe 4 years ago. It might have been 5 years ago. Something very, very, very similar. Very similar. Right. But it's I do it in the 369 method. Okay. So it's pretty similar to this. That's why I found it interesting. But I do mine in the 369 method. If you don't know about the 369 method, look it up. Okay, look it up. I'm gonna just tell you that because we ain't here to discuss that right now. We'll talk about it later. But I'm pretty sure we've done a video on the 369 method on my channel. So find the thumbnail. Okay, but what it says is 3 days of emotional release. Allow yourself to feel the pain, cry, vent, and process the initial shock. Avoid major decisions or contact with your ex or whoever or whatever is involved, okay, to prevent impulsive actions, okay? Now that would also, I would say that will also be good to go through the process. This is like a process of grieving, okay? Because grieving is a process. Grieving is the process. It doesn't matter if you're grieving someone, something, a place, whatever it is. Grieving is the process. And most people don't allow themselves to go through that process, and they feel themselves with anger, frustration, and heavy emotions in regards to whatever or whomever they're grieving. But you have to allow yourself to go through the process. And don't let nobody tell you how to grieve. Do it the best way possible for you, okay? Because everyone grieves differently. Every one of us are individuals. We are all different. No one is the same. What works for one may not work for the other. So you can take people's advice, but apply it in a way that it works for you, okay? The next 3 weeks, the 3 weeks is reflection and perspective, okay? It says to implement a period of no contact or very limited contact to gain clarity. Focus on self-reflection. What did you learn? What do you want in a future relationship or in the future in regards to whatever the situation may be? Okay, person, place, or thing. Okay, engage in activities that remind you of yourself and your personal growth. All right, very important. Very important when you're going through any process of releasing, letting go, and you trying to find yourself, or not so much as find yourself, but you trying to get back to yourself, whatever it may be. Engage in things that remind you of your growth. Make a point to do so. Remind yourself of how you got to where you are, the positive, okay? Reevaluate the negative, but remind yourself of how you got to where you are positively, okay? The next 3 months, rebuilding and moving forward. So this is shift focus to personal growth, new hobbies, and strengthening other relationships and bonds. Rebuild your life and routine independently, making intentional choices. This is a time for positive momentum and seeing significant emotional progress. Okay? So, what this 333 rule is framework. It's framework. Okay? So, framework, not a timeline. But you want to allow yourself to go through the process of the things that you grieve, Yep, I have. And we ain't here to talk about that. J Fresh Beats. Look around. That's all I have to say about that. Hello, Steve, for truth. Okay, I ain't about to listen, y'all. I'm so tired of the back and forths and debates. I'm not doing that no more. I decided that last week and still did it. I'm not doing it no more. I'm just gonna remove you for a period of time. You know, I ain't gonna block you, but you either gonna stick to the question or you gonna stick to the topic at hand, or you gonna get put in timeout, and then you gotta have to come back and try it again. Okay, because what we're not gonna do is continue to go off topic. Yes, we can go off topic after we finish discussing the topic, because we do that. We have open discussions. We jump all over the place with the topics. Hell, we might even start talking about music and listening to music and playing music. Who knows? But what we not gonna do is jump in the chat and try to dismiss the topic at hand. We gonna stop doing that. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah. Hello, Aaron. Honey, the topic that we on today is letting go. It's in the title of the video as you come into the video, okay? And if you feel like this is not a positive space for you, and you don't feel like this is a positive space at all, please remove yourself. You're in the wrong place. Okay? You're in the wrong place. I'm not going to block you for your assumption, though. And I'm not going to put you on a timeout for your assumption. But if you feel like it's not a positive atmosphere or it's not positive enough for you to be here, please remove yourself, okay? Hello, Brian. Good evening, honey. Yes, I'm still up. It's 10:10 on the clock. Yeah, Mark. I see it. 10:10. Beginnings and endings. Was that all the notes that I wanted to give you guys? Y'all, that's crazy. Let me read to y'all what just popped up on my phone. Where does this come from? Oh, this is crazy. It says God wants you to have connections that bless you and add to you, not ones that drain you. God will remove people from you to save you from their influence. When God is removing a person, He is oftentimes removing the demons behind that person. Wow. Now this just popped up on my phone, y'all. This ain't part of my notes. And it says signs God may not want you with someone often involve a consistent lack of peace, feeling drawn away from your faith or towards sin, major differences in core beliefs, being unequally yoked. That's so crazy because we talked about being equally yoked last week. Persistent unhappiness or anxiety, repeated closed doors, obstacles, missing out on things. Yeah. Yeah. disrespect, or feeling constantly drained and unappreciated, suggesting the relationship hinders rather than helps you walk with God. That's crazy. This just popped up. Spiritual and emotional indicators: lack of peace, drawn away from God, nagging inner doubt, constant anxiety, making excuses. Relational and behavioral signs: unequally yoked, lack of appreciation, toxic environment, closed doors, actions versus words, hindering growth. Their actions consistently contradict what they say. Repeated obstacles, barriers, or blocked opportunities in the relationship. Persistent negativity, drama, or unhealthy behavior. You feel consistently undervalued or disrespected. Major clashes in core values, beliefs, or priorities, hindering unity. What you should do in these situations is pray for clarity, seek God's guidance and prayer for understanding and discernment. Examine your walk, observe how the relationship affects your personal relationship with God. Listen to your spirit, pay attention to deep-seated feelings of unease or unhappiness. That's so crazy. Signs God might be warning you about someone include a persistent lack of peace, constant anxiety, feeling spiritually drained, making excuses for their poor behavior, and godly friends expressing similar concerns. These often manifest as inner unease or external red flags like manipulation, disrespect, or pulling you away from your faith, indicating a need for caution and discernment. Inner feelings and spiritual cues are anxiety and lack of peace. You feel constantly anxious, unsettled, or lose your inner peace around them rather than feeling loved and secure. Spiritual pull: they draw you away from God, compromise your standards, or make it harder to hear his voice. That's that right there. Hold on. Inner check: a strong inner conviction or uneasiness that something isn't right, even if everything looks fine on the surface. Yeah, that's crazy. Making excuses: find yourself constantly justifying their bad behavior or broken promises. Disrespect and belittling: they consistently belittle you, focus on your weaknesses, or have a bad temper. Negative patterns: a history of blaming others, short-lived relationships, or non-repentance for past hurts. Stirring up trouble: their presence brings this is crazy. Unnecessary confusion, conflict, or chaos, like they're carrying a storm. Losing yourself: you feel tired more than loved, lose clarity, or start acting in ways you normally wouldn't. External confirmations: godly counsel, wise, mature friends or mentors voice the same concerns, echoing the warning. Yeah, God got a way of speaking, baby, through and to others. Spiritual warnings: you recognize biblical principles being violated, like bad company corrupts good character. Oh my goodness. Now, y'all, this just popped, all of this that I'm reading now just popped up on my phone. But 1 Corinthians chapter 15 is in my notes. for this week, because we got a topic in regards to bad company and corrupted character. So that's crazy. But you recognize biblical principles being violated, like bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Closed doors, opportunities or paths related to the person keeps closing or doors keep shutting. How God warns you. True warnings are usually specific about the danger, not vague feelings. Disappointments, God might allow disappointments to reveal someone's true heart or character. Yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting because I remember we did a topic a few months back in regards to God allowing things to happen so that you can see something clearly, okay, or so that something better can happen for you. Um oh, okay, Aaron, it's or Aaron, it's fine. Aria, what's going on, honey? What's going on? Peace and blessings to you, love. You said you feel spiritually secure under the manipulation of others because when I'm confused, I align to the only stable thing, truth. Yes, as you should. That's when you know you got your faith solid. Solid. You said, what's my name? Go to my channel. My name is on my channel. It's not hidden. It's I'm a live person. Hello, exotic snakes. But we did talk about that, about God allowing things to happen for you, right? Now, y'all, that's crazy. All of that just popped up on my screen like that. I don't even know how or what I've hit that type popped up. I ain't gonna worry about it. Everything happens for a reason, baby. God don't make no mistakes. So it must have been meant for me to read all that to y'all. But yeah, the key sign when you dealing with someone or something that is not for you, God will try to get your attention over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And people don't like to pay attention to signs and synchronicities, but we have them for a reason. That's how you communicate with the spirit world. That's how you communicate with your ancestors. That's how God communicates with you, is through specific signs and synchronicities, right? Um, if you love your biblical studies, right? Say you just got done reading a scripture and you see the same number or the same scripture pop up on the billboard. That scripture is talking to you. That's God talking to you. That's a sign. That's a synchronicity. That's what all it is. That's what signs and synchronicities are. That's God's way of trying to get your attention, to pay attention. Because you might not be seeing something clearly, or you may be assuming something and you might need to take a closer look. You might need to pay attention so you don't miss something or miss out on something. But sometimes we can be attached to people that will cause us to miss out on great things, great opportunities. But it be the energy that they're in, the things that they do. But because we attached and locked in with these people, we miss the opportunity. We miss the great thing. So I'm telling y'all, this was just a couple weeks ago. I believe I said something about other people's negative energy bleeding off into your energy. That's really, that's a real thing. Like, I don't know why people think, oh, I'm my own person. But who you attached to, who you exchange energy with, especially sexual energy. Okay? Because you got a lot of demon seeds out here that like to pull on people energy, a lot of succubus energies, be it male or female, okay, that will drain you of your energy. And you confused, you don't know what's going on. This was happening 1 minute, the next minute this happening. Sometimes it's who you attach to. So you got to be careful with that, okay? You said heavy question. Would you stay a path with someone guiding you away when you want to walk towards? I'm gonna need you to type that again, honey. We ain't doing that. Aria, I understand. I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. But even slaves walked away. Even slaves walked away. Our fear of not letting go and not walking away from things comes from the fear of sometimes starting over, having to do things, differently, relearning, going through a process of releasing and letting go, which we just talked about earlier in the live. But it's the fear comes at the end of the day, it comes from having to start over, having to do something we've possibly never had to do, having to be on our own when we ain't never been on our own, having to be dependent on God and ourselves when we've never just solely depended on God and ourselves. But doing that is you walking in your faith and just having faith and doing the work and knowing that God got you. God got you. God gonna take you where you need to be. God gonna pull you out of that. But do you got faith? Do you really got faith that God got you like that? Cause we could stay stuck and stay in one place and stay in one spot, but your ancestors pulling on you. God pulling on you. They like, come on, I need you to move. Sometimes they just need us to take that one step. Sometimes it only take one step. And they be like, come on, I just need you to move. I need you to initiate the process. And we don't always initiate the process out of fear. Out of fear of what might happen. Out of fear of my fear when I was releasing things and letting go, my fear was what might or could have or would have happened to my children. I manifested my fears though. All the worrying and fear I had of what might have, could have, would have happened if I left, it happened when I didn't leave. And after I left, because I left too late. So that's in that type of situation and dynamic though. But we manifest our fears. Listen now, we just talked about this yesterday. You can manifest your fears and your worries. You can't have fear and faith at the same time. Either you got fear or you got faith. But you can't have both at the same time. You could be fearful of one thing. It don't balance out. It either you got fear or you got faith. It's up to you. Faith that God got you is you escaping this situation. Faith that God got you is you escaping the situation. Honey, listen, I'm going to tell you something, right? I'm going to just share just a brief piece of my story. And I'm sure I shared this before. When I was tired, I seen something online. I can't remember who it was, or I want to say it was Ayana. Is that her name? Ayana? I like her. But I want to say it was her. And she was like, and this was way after I had already released my situation. But she said something along the lines of, "You're not tired yet. When you get tired, you'll change your situation. When you tired of dealing with it, you'll eliminate it. You're not tired yet. If you're not changing it, you're not tired of it yet. If you're not moving forward to change it, you're not tired yet, right?" But I'm gonna tell you something. Um, when I was tired of going through manipulation, abuse, and just being completely ignored and shut out and treated like the piece of a dog shit on the bottom of a shoe. When I got tired of that, I didn't have a plan. This is why I tell people to create a plan if you in a abusive situation, to move on. I didn't have a plan. I just stepped out on faith. I didn't have nothing but faith. Not a thing. I had a little bit of money and I had faith. That was it. And when I say I had a little bit of money, I probably had every bit of maybe, I want to say like $1,300, maybe. But I didn't have nothing but my faith in that money. And I used that money. I had my oldest brother come to my house. It was so random. I woke up and was tired. And I knew I was tired because I couldn't cry. So when I can't cry, it's over for me. It's time to move forward. So I knew I was tired. I called my brother, my oldest brother, after I packed my entire house up, after the person I was married to, after he left the house to go do whatever he do every day, because he wasn't working. So whatever he left to go do that day, I packed the whole house up, left everything but his stuff. I didn't take none of his stuff. I called my oldest brother. Him and his girlfriend at the time came to my house. I rented a U-Haul and packed the U-Haul with all my stuff. I didn't have a place to go. I didn't sign no lease. I just wanted to leave. I was tired. So what I ended up doing was riding all around the city looking for somewhere to go, talking to housing managers, apartment managers, landlords, just on the phone making all types of calls. I left early in the morning. First thing in the morning when he left, I left. No plan whatsoever. So that's where the stress came in, from not creating a plan. The frustration came from not creating a plan. The fear came from not creating a plan. This is why I tell people to create a plan. That's why I say create a plan. But I didn't have a plan, but God worked it out for me. Because what ended up happening, I ended up going to an apartment complex. And I talked to the lady. She was on her way out the door. It was about 3 something that afternoon. I rode around all day in that U-Haul looking for somewhere to go. I ended up talking to this lady at 3 something in the afternoon. And the lady was like, "I got you." She said, "Don't worry about it. You could just give me the deposit." I gave her the deposit. I gave her part of the rent, not even all of the rent. I gave her the deposit and part of the rent. It was the rest of the money that I had. She told me to keep. Now, I could have gave her all of the rent and a deposit. She told me to keep half of the rent and pay the other half later. She told me to keep half of the rent because I had babies, so I could be able to feed them, buy food, and get whatever they needed for us to move in that place. And she gave me keys. It was the end of the day. The lady was on her way out the door. When I tell that's the type of thing where you know God really moving with you. Because that right there is called divine intervention. Do you know how many times that done happened for me? So it's you having faith to go. You having faith to take that next step. You having faith to do the right things. You having faith to just stay prayerful. No matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter why, no matter how. I'm telling you, it's you having faith. That's your key. I'm all right. I'm done. Jeez. But I'm just playing. I'm just saying. It's you having faith. Okay? That's it. I was shocked that lady gave me keys. I ain't had no history with that lady. I didn't know that lady. I just went in there and told her what was going on, and I just needed a place. I didn't even tell the lady in full detail. I believe she could see it on my face. I believe she could see the frustration on my face and that I just wanted to get away from the person that I was with. You'd be surprised who God got waiting to help you and assist you on your journey. You'd be surprised who God got waiting to walk you through and help you get through whatever situation you're dealing with. You'd be surprised who God gonna send across your path to assist you and guide you in the right direction. But for as long as you sit in fear, you'll never know. For as long as you don't want to take that leap of faith, you will never know. For as long as you choose to stay stuck or stay repeating the same cycles, you'll never know. You're not going to know. But you owe it to yourself to know. That go for everybody. Okay. Hey, Southside Brawling, what's up? How you feeling, honey? Enchanted Star, what's going on, love? Whew. Yeah, Aria, it's you know what I would do in that situation, Aria, with not having being in a foreign country and not knowing how to speak the language or having the money. I'm gonna find a book. I'm gonna find a book. I'm gonna find some type of library. I'm gonna find some resource for me to learn the basic language so that I could be able to communicate in a way that I could receive what I need. You have a blessed night as well, Southside Brawling. Nothing less, honey, nothing less. You said I answered your questions before. Hello, Dark One. I see you up there. Yeah, it's you gotta have faith. I'm telling you, faith will take you further. I'm telling you, cause it's so crazy. Cause we'll believe in God, we'll believe in God, and we'll be like, man, I love God. God, you looking out, you doing this, you doing that. But baby, it's a whole nother level when you learn to believe in God, walk in your faith, walk in your truth, and really trust it. And really just trust it, especially when you get to know God for yourself and within yourself. It's different. Yeah, Arya. I've been there. Been there. Yeah, been there. They say where there's a will, there's always a way. Hello, Yoli, Yoli, Flores. Hey, yo, yo. Yeah, y'all. So, whew, I guess that's it. We did a lot. We did a lot tonight. A lot. I gave y'all a lot of information tonight. And that last 20 minutes, 30 minutes of information, that wasn't even planned. That wasn't even part of my notes. But like I said, God don't make no mistakes. None. That popped up. I don't know what I hit or what my finger tapped, but it wasn't for no reason. And I was like, I ain't gonna read all this. Now in my mind, I'm saying I ain't about to read all this. But God, like, yes, you is. You about to read all of it. Read it all. It's just obedience, baby. Can't even play like that. Aria, you did come in at the heaviest part, honey. Yes. But you ain't never late. Whoo. Aria, I gotta pin that in the comments, honey. Aria said, I believe God don't make mistakes. How can we say he perfect and his plan ain't? Yeah. 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 Because we the ones that make the mistakes. Because we think we know. We be thinking we know better. We be thinking, and then this is why, you know why discernment is mentioned so much in the Bible? Do you know why? Because a lot of people don't know the difference between when God is speaking and when them demons get to talking. Because them demons will whisper some sweet nothings in your ear to get you to do the wrong thing. So this is why you got to learn discernment. You got to learn how to use your discernment. It's a gift. We have it for a reason. We have it for a reason. For you to be able to decide what is and what ain't, what should be and what should not be. Okay? What's for you and what is not for you. The break of dawn. Oh, come on. You right about that, Aria. Very interesting, ain't it? Ooh, slow music. Do I view speaking tongues as demonic? I don't believe in speaking tongues. No, I don't. I believe wholeheartedly. Now, if somebody can make that make sense to me, that it's not demonic, we can talk about it. But I believe that speaking in tongues is the mockery of God. And a lot of people do speak in tongues. They say they speaking in tongues, or they want you to believe they speaking in tongues, but not everyone who is speaking in tongues is speaking from a godly place, and it be demonic gibberish is what I call it. Yeah. You ain't supposed to be speaking in tongues. But teach his own. Ain't my soul to speak on. That's whoever speaking soul. So, like I say, there's things I agree with, and there's things I will absolutely never agree with because I know better. There's things I agree with because it aligns with other things that I know to be factual and true. But the rest of that stuff, mm-mm. Anthony Scott. What? Anthony Scott, how old are you? Perfect God, but imperfect world. You have a wonderful evening as well, Aaron. Oh, you 55. Okay. Well, people be something else. Hello, AM. Hello, Danielle Barris. Happy Monday. Did you highlight the Super Bowl? I told everybody yesterday morning that them people was going to lose. And I bet somebody was like, no, she's lying. I'm going to go double down on the Patriots. I do it every year. I tell y'all I do the Super Bowl predictions every year. Been doing it for the last 5 years. I do it every year. I used to do all types of sports predictions. And I quit because people used to always ask me for the predictions and all of this stuff. Because, like when I used to do readings, because if you don't know, I used to do readings. So when I used to do readings, people would always ask me for certain game picks and predictions and stuff like that. So when I seen people was trying to take advantage of it, yeah, I was spit. Because quit trying to play with me. You ain't paying me for this. Don't do that. Don't try to use my gift for your gain, especially in the way that I don't like. Well, nobody never listened. Then they be losing their money and be like, oh, I lost it. That's my song. Alexa, like that song.
Great. I saved that. You like this song?
Hey, Time, what's going on? You bet on your favorite color teams. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Aw, Aaron. So y'all, I finished that just reminded me. I finished the prayer list for last week. If you're new here and you don't know, I do a prayer list every week. Um and it goes on, I write your name on my prayer list and it goes in my prayer box for 7 days. Okay. The prayer list for last week, I closed it out yesterday and I put it in my box. So we started a new prayer list today. Okay. I forgot to mention that this morning. So my apologies. So, to be added to my prayer list, you would just have to let me know. I don't need your information. I don't need to know your situation. I don't need to know your real name. I put whatever your name is that shows up on the screen. God know who you are. Your ancestors know. I don't need to know. Okay? They know who you are. They know your situation. I ain't here to dig. Okay? And if you don't feel comfortable with commenting in the section, add me to your prayer list, you can send me an email. My email is in the description section, and just put in the subject line of the email prayer list. Okay, that's it. That's it. And I'll add you to my list. I do a different list every 7 days, and it goes into my prayer box. Okay. I don't need nothing from you. I ain't asking you for nothing. I do this and been doing this for a few months now because it's not enough people that genuinely pray for people. They want to know your situation. They want to know your information. They want to be all in your business. And that's not how that's supposed to go. Okay? They shouldn't have to know your business. They shouldn't have to know your situation. They shouldn't have to know all your information to say a prayer for you. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all. Aaron, I appreciate you for stopping by. Okay, and I hope your situation gets better, honey. Hello, Albert Chang. You said you said you don't do lottery, you don't do scratch offs, but if I give you the Powerball number, we could go have. Hilarious. That's funny. You know what's crazy? My pawpaw used to always have me pick his lottery numbers. He used to have me pick his lottery numbers. I actually miss doing that for my pawpaw. I miss him. It was fun. He was serious about his lottery too. Y'all remember them throwback lottery books? I don't know if they still have them or not, but he had the lottery books and everything to where he would study the numbers. He would study. I'm like, it was serious. Him and my granny, they didn't play about their lottery. Aria, you silly. Right, and Chat the Star, thank you. Honey, I appreciate you for letting it be known. Cause, jeez. Hey, that Katie. Y'all silly. He said, "Why can't we have modern women bring back the hairstyle you be wearing? Natural will always look better than aesthetics." And God told me that. Time, you silly. You know what's crazy? My hairstyles that I wear, except my bun on the top of my head, that's my lazy hairstyle. If y'all didn't notice that, that's me trying to be decent without having to do my hair. any ponytail hairstyle. But my hairstyles, except that one, come from my mama. My mama used to wear her hair like this. When my hair is curled, all that came from my mama. Braids, my mama. Every hairstyle come from my mommy. Really? That's crazy. I didn't think they still had them number books. I didn't think they still existed. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to find me one. I wonder what they look like now. I'm gonna have to look it up. They used to sell them. I think it was the corner stores. They used to sell them in. I wonder what they look like now, though. Cause my papa stayed in them number books, baby. Yeah. I don't know. I think my Sagittarian nature it used to scare me because when I did used to play lottery, I used to hit the lottery all the time. And I'm like, I gotta lose eventually. Like, either I'm gonna end up, that's what I used to think, like, either I'm gonna end up with some type of lottery addiction or gambling addiction, or I'm gonna lose major eventually. But and I say my Sagittarian nature because Jupiter is Sagittarius ruling planet, and Jupiter is the planet of good luck, fortune, growth, wealth, abundance. So that's why it always seemed like stuff goes Sagittarius way, or things always go in their favor, or like they always get what they want if you a good Sag. Because them bad ones, baby, they be toe down. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Us good Sag, we got good karma. We got a great rapport with God. You hear me? I'm just saying. Real Sag energy. You hear me? You gotta be in that Sag energy. When you a real Sag, you be in that energy, baby. If you knew better, you do better. Cause baby, they like to talk about us now. They like to talk about us, and they like to talk about us in the negative. Sag ain't got no patience. Sag be from this place to that place. They like to wander off. They adventurous, and keep us entertained or move it along. We love a great adventure. Absolutely, we do. But we come with a lot of great things and a higher knowledge that no one else possesses. It doesn't mean we know everything. We might know a little more than you do, but you might even be able to teach us a thing or two. And we always willing to learn. We open into listening, but you gotta make it make sense, baby. Or we gonna call you out on it. We don't have much of a filter. No, we don't. But we try out of respect and love. Okay? Yeah. We like action. Our love is action. It comes with action. And yes, we tend to, it seems like things always go our way. It seems like things always in our favor. But that's because we carry an energy that, if you know, you know. But we got a special type of energy about us. And when you a good Sag and you in a positive energy and your energy is positivity, yeah, that essence is something different. I'm just trying to tell you. Find you a good Sag, because that essence, that energy is potent. very strong, very powerful. I'm just saying. And I ain't just saying that because I'm a Sag. I'm saying it because I know. I know what that energy do. I know what they do. I know what it's about. Just like I know about the rest of the zodiac signs and what they good energy about. I don't teach y'all the stuff I teach y'all for no reason. Listen, and I'm talking, but today I was in my astrology dictionary. I don't know what made me pull it out or why I was reading it, but from time to time I'll pull it out. I done had this book for years, several years. You see how I take care of my stuff. You see how it's still looking. Go get you one, okay? Look it up. I can't remember where I bought it. I believe I bought it at Barnes and Noble, cause that's my favorite bookstore. Yeah, I love me some Barnes and Noble, so that's where I get most of my books. But I'm just saying, if you don't know, get to know. Get to know yourself a little better, you know? Don't downplay yourself. Don't downplay your energy. If you got good, positive energy, okay, embrace it and know who you are. Don't let nobody downplay you or downplay your energy. I don't care what sign you are. That go for anybody who is in the uprights. Especially if you living righteously in your energy, baby. Know what your energy do. Don't let nobody. You better walk around with that can't tell me nothing. Yeah, don't let nobody. Nuh-uh. And it ain't ego. It ain't pride. But I tell you all the time, there's a such thing as a healthy ego and healthy pride. There's a such thing as a healthy ego and a healthy pride. I more prefer to call it confidence. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You walking in your confidence. You moving and grooving and shaking in your confidence. Okay? All right, don't get me hyped. Michael Bradley, you said, am I from the South? No, everybody say that. No. Maybe I need to move down south, baby. I think I'm starting to think that's just a sign. Every time somebody asks me. Hello, Frank. Yeah, every time somebody asks me that almost every day that I'm on here. I cannot make it up. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I take it as a sign to go ahead and move down south. Because I want to anyway. Been wanting to for years. Yeah, deep in the south somewhere. Go on a little bit of land and chill out and relax. Laying some dirt, some grass. Yes, I said laying some dirt. Because that's how much I love Mother Nature and Father God. Yeah, they take good care of me. Hey, Kimar Green, what's going on, honey? You said let you go get some Sagittarius ladies, Vince. So you can find the best one. You said you leaving Cancers alone. Whew. Listen, I was married to a Cancer. Why you say you leaving Cancers? I know some good Cancers though. A friend of mine, been my friend for years. He a Cancer. I love him dearly. He was a little rough. Man, when Cancers feel some type of way, I'm telling you, they'll be like, hold on. What? They hurt your feelings, baby. Them little pinchers be. Yeah. But we ain't beefing no more. And I still love him. That's still my homie. Do I? I don't know. Let me see. I mean, I don't know no other cancers. I don't think. Yeah, I was married to a cancer. It's another cancer. I don't too much care for July cancers. Mm-mm. July cancer is pretty manipulative. Um, but cancers in general can be manipulative. It depends on the energy. Cancers have a gift that, baby, you better hope they ain't in no toxic low vibrational energy. Cause baby, you don't want no parts. If they in a toxic low vibrational energy, you don't want no parts. Mm-mm. Sag either. If they in a toxic low vibrational energy, you better run, baby. That's half human, half a horse. You better look up that centaur energy. Very animalistic they can get. I'm just saying. Don't catch them in the toxic energy. You said it's the accent. Do I have an accent? How? A Louisiana accent? That's crazy. I never been to Louisiana. I might have to go visit Louisiana so I can see, you know. I said I wanted to go to Louisiana when Lil Boosie was there. But Lil Boosie ain't in Louisiana no more, I don't think. You know, so we can, but he a Scorpio. I don't know, because I don't too much. You know? But he in a high vibrational energy now. So, you know, you said you don't play with Scorpios. That's, you know what time I didn't want to say it, but I was about to say it. Scorpio men and women got completely different personalities. Like, they completely different. I don't know what it is or how they like that. They so different. I'm talking about, I've listen, I can rock with Scorpio men to the fullest. Scorpio women, short lived. No. And Scorpio women tend to be a little, they mask. They'll switch that mask on and off, baby. Mm-mm. And it ain't healthy at all. And they wear their mask very well. So you got to kind of be aware, you know, because Scorpios is that energy of darkness anyway. So just imagine a low vibrational Scorpio. They come from Pluto. Pluto is the energy of darkness, and Mars is also one of their traditional ruling planets, which is a planet of war. Mars is the planet of war, aggression. Okay, so just imagine the energy of darkness with the energy of war and aggression. Baby, no. No. This why I don't play about my love, right? This why I don't play about my love. And this is why I distance myself away from people who don't treat my love with respect, because my Venus is in Scorpio. My Venus is in Scorpio. Venus is the planet of love, passion, marriage, relationships, wealth, beauty, things of that nature, right? And if you don't know, um, that divine feminine Lilith energy is Scorpio energy. So, and they say this is why people think Scorpios are the most sexual signs, because of that Lilith energy. Is Scorpio energy. So, it is intense sexual energy, right? But that can go either which way, because Scorpios are ruled under darkness. So that Lilith energy is darkness, is the new moon energy. That Lilith energy is new moon energy, darkness, the dark moon energy. That's Scorpio's energy. So this is Scorpios also, if they tapped in, if they learn how to tap in, baby, they'll really be tapped in. Because not only does it hold divine feminine wisdom, the energy holds divine feminine wisdom, but it also holds a high intuitive, a high intense. I'm talking about intense. Okay? Scorpio is now Cancer and Scorpio both are feminine energies, right? But the Scorpio energy is the divine feminine energy. That's that Lilith, dark moon, new moon energy. The moon energy, I already told y'all what that is. But Cancers are ruled by the moon, and Scorpios are ruled by Pluto and Mars. So, baby, listen. If you come across with a Scorpio moon, you better do right. I'm telling you, you better do right, cause baby, they'll send you straight to hell. No stopping. You fast, they's taking you there. They're gonna take you there. Because what people don't know is Scorpio is also the zodiac sign of change and transformation. That's that Pluto energy. Okay, so not only is Scorpio the planet of darkness, Scorpio is the planet, they are ruled under the planet of change, transformation, death, and rebirth. So Scorpios are intended to cause change. So if you ever meet a Scorpio and you leave the Scorpio and you come out a different person, be it good or bad, baby, because you're going to change. After dealing with a Scorpio, you're going to change. It don't matter the relationship dynamic between you. You're going to change because they're meant to cause change. That's their planet. That's the planet they're ruled under. Pluto is the planet of change, transformation, death, rebirth, transitioning. So it's, you gotta know that. This why I be telling y'all to look this stuff up and study this stuff. Cause if you know better, you gonna do better. I'm telling you. Cause you always want your change to be good. But one thing you can't do, and you have to remember, you cannot manipulate a Scorpio. You could try. You could try. And you might even briefly get away with manipulating a low vibrational Scorpio. But a high vibrational Scorpio, a Scorpio that really sit in their energy or have strong, significant house placements, ain't no tricking them, baby. It ain't gonna work. That's, listen, for example, I'm gonna tell y'all this. How I told y'all my Venus is in Scorpio. My Pluto is also in Scorpio, right? And I just told y'all Scorpio's ruling planet is Pluto. Okay? But my moon sign is Aries. So I always have intense emotions, intense emotional connection. I'm always going to have that, right? But I'm able to read you up and down, through and through. Okay? I'm able to see you clear as day. You ain't got to say too much. I'm going to know what you're thinking. I'm going to know what action you getting ready to take based off of the action you took previously. I'm going to know a lot more about you than you speak. Is just how it is for me. And it's always been that way for me. But my Pluto is in Scorpio. Okay? So I carry, by nature, I carry intense intuition. Okay? A very strong level of feminine wisdom. I carry it. I know it. I'm very familiar with it at this point in my spiritual journey. So you ain't gonna be able to get too much past me, if anything at all, because I'm gonna see it. But what was dangerous about me, and I told y'all before, I had to stop letting people do what they wanted to do just to see how far they would take things, because that's what I would do. I would let you go ahead and do whatever it is you want to do to see how far you would take it. I don't do that no more. But it was just like, just to see, dang, you really gonna do that? So you gonna act like you don't. I was really like that. But I learned how to use my energy in a different way. Okay. Um, I had to learn how to protect my sexual energy and my sacral energy because I have a strong sexual nature. So I had to learn how to protect that, and I had to learn more about it so that I could protect it. But me learning my house placements and my birth chart and my zodiac chart is what helped me learn that and learn how to protect it, because I have very strong sexual energy. It's not just those two placements that help me learn that, it's other placements that I have that help me learn that. So, being someone who, and I believe I mentioned this before, but being somebody who used to have, I had a sex addiction, and it came from being with somebody for several years who I would never cheat on, that I hated having sex with. It came from sexual abuse growing up. So I didn't know how to deal with my sexual energy. Okay. And it turned into a addiction. And not so much as I wanted, we ain't gonna go into details. Okay. But I like the we ain't gonna go into details. But I had to learn that about myself. And that's how I was able to do it. Right? Amongst other things. So Scorpio men are great, Michael Clark. They are. Scorpio women can be very devious if they not fully in their energy and they have no self-control. They can be very devious. Very. And this ain't me speaking against Scorpios, because I have very, very strong Scorpio placements. But I know the energy all too well. And Scorpio women can be very devious in their energy, very demonic in their energy. If they don't have self control, if they lack emotional control, if they lack emotional intelligence, they will destroy you, and will do it very quietly. So I told y'all have to remember that Scorpios is a zodiac sign of change, who's meant to cause change. Be it good or bad, they're meant to cause change. So you're going to have to roll with the punches, baby, and accept the change and move along. Okay? I'm telling you what I know. You said Venus of Love sounds like Aries. You said, what about Taurus women? Taurus women are sweet. I like Taurus women. They cool. Taurus women are cool. Um, Taurus men are very intense with their emotions. I've never met a Taurus man that wasn't very emotionally intense. So a Taurus man would definitely need to learn and have mental and emotional stability, or that can be destruction. Because Venus, Taurus, and Libra's ruling planet is Venus. And Venus is the planet of love, relationships, marriage, passion. I just told y'all this, wealth, beauty, things of that nature, right? So, hey, Rob. So, you have to be mindful when dealing with a Taurus or a Libra, right? Because just how I just explained to y'all how intense a Scorpio's emotions could get, or how destructive a Scorpio could get, Taurus is Scorpio's opposing zodiac sign. So Taurus could be just as intense, right? But they ain't gonna play about their love. Know that. They not gonna play about their love. Now, whether the love be toxic or genuine or real, they ain't gonna play about their love. But you want it to be non-toxic. Because if it's toxic, it could be deadly. That's Taurus and Libra. Okay? So you want the love to be healthy. So if you are with a Taurus or a Libra, make sure you creating a healthy space, a safe space for their love, because they require that. That is a requirement for them to function in the love properly. Okay? Um Aries has an aggressive love. You know, they approach can be aggressive. It can seem a little intimidating. Um for example, I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? So Aries ruling planet is Mars, and I just broke it down and explained it to y'all. Mars is the planet of aggression, war, okay, heavy passion, fiery energy, right? They they that sign that they stay ready, so they ain't never gotta get ready. Regardless of what it's for, they stay ready, so they ain't gotta get ready, okay? But I'm gonna give you an example, right? Me, my moon sign is Aries, and I have other Aries placements that are very, very strong, right? So my approach when it comes to certain things, it triggers people, right? This is something I have to learn about myself. My approach can come off as aggressive, right? But it's my nature. That's how my nature is. But learning how to have self-control and mastery over my emotions and things of that nature is what helped me balance that out. Because if you catch a Aries, especially a Sun, Moon, or Venus Aries that is not emotionally balanced, or does not have emotional intelligence, or they lack balance in their mental, emotional, or psychological, oh, that's all hell. All hell is breaking loose. That's pure hell on your hands. Yeah, it's very intense energy. I'm talking about is borderline psychotic, if you will, like for real. It's going to come off as borderline psychotic. You're going to think they crazy out their damn mind, is what you're going to think. But that's where you got to learn, see, because while you going to think they crazy, Aries know they ain't tripping. They know they ain't crazy. They know you got to make it make sense to them, or they intensity is going to take it there. They're going to take you right there, baby. So if it don't make sense to the Aries, they grow frustrated. They get frustrated at the you it come off as you just talking the talk. It's like, cause let me tell y'all, I'm a Sun Sag, but I'm an Aries moon with heavy Aries placement. You can't just talk to me. Like, you have to make it make sense. You have to, it got to be some logic behind what you're saying, you know, because I'm also a sapiosexual. So you gotta, you feel me? Like, I like to think. You gotta make me think. If you not, if I, it's nothing there to think about, and it's very much on a surface level, it's no interest there for me. You know what I'm saying? So with the Aries, you gotta make it make sense. Okay, meet them where they are. Meet them where they are. They love is gonna be intense because that's that fire energy, that passion. Water signs, fire signs, they energy is intense. They love is intense. It flows in a different type of way than any other sign because it's the element of water and because it's the element of fire. Okay? So you got to know that. If you don't want to know the zodiac signs and what they really truly mean, at least study the elements. Study the elements because even the elements matter. Okay? Fire and water, that's intense, passionate emotions, okay? Expressions, reactions. So you want to hope that you get them in a high vibrational energy cuz I'm telling you, you don't want no sign and no low vibrational energy. You most certainly don't want a fire or water sign in no low vibrational toxic energy. You ain't gonna like it there. You ain't gonna like it there. You don't provoke no water or fire sign or air sign. Or air sign. So now what the air sign gonna do, say you provoke a air sign, they gonna silently get you behind your back. They gonna do something behind your back. They payback is not gonna be in your face or on a surface level. It's gonna be intense and behind your back. They gonna strategize. They gonna be very strategic in how they pay you back. That's what air signs do. Okay? Earth signs, they just gonna ignore you and act like nothing never happened and move on. Unless you're dealing with a Taurus. Eh, they're gonna try to sabotage you. They're gonna go about it in a what they would call a polite and respectful way, a very calm way. But they're gonna take you up top, behind your back. You ain't gonna know about it. But them air signs gonna strategically plan on getting you back. They don't give a damn how long it take. Much like listen, much like fire signs. I might be spilling the beans, baby. I might be spilling the beans, but that's okay. Each one teach one. If you knew better, you do better. Just learn a little better. Okay? Learn better so you could do better. Okay? Just don't be out here doing people wrong. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Okay? Just don't be out here doing people wrong. That's bottom line. Treat people as you would want to be treated. It's the golden rule. It's the golden rule. Okay? We all govern by universal laws. So be it high vibrational, low vibrational energy, we all are governed under universal laws. Divine oneness. I tell you all the time. All these things that I'm telling y'all, from astrology, universal laws, and biblical studies, divine order. This is all divine order. All things work together. That's divine oneness. First law of the universe. All things work together for your good and your benefit. You just got to learn it. You just got to learn it. It's not meant to work against you. It's meant to work for you. It's meant to help you. You just got to be willing to learn it. But that's what divine oneness is. Wholeness. Okay? Wholeness. Alignment. That's divine oneness. All right? Jeez, we've been on here almost 2 hours. Yeah, Michael Clark, my hands are big. I get them from my daddy. Yeah, my daddy did that. Yeah. I used to knock people out. It was the benefit of having big hands when I was younger. I used to like to fight when I was younger. Had a lot of built up, pent up anger and aggression. That was that Aries Sagittarius blend. It's a little dangerous. A little dangerous. But I'm telling you, I learned how to control myself and control my anger. And you know what was crazy? I knew something wasn't right when I was little. Because every time I would fight, or every time I would end up, somebody would end up being hospitalized behind our fight, I would feel bad. I would go visit them at the hospital. I would go check on them. I have other people check on them. And I'm like, why do you care? I knew someone right. I knew my heart wasn't set up for that. Because ain't no way you should beat somebody up then go check on them. Make sure they all right. But I be trying to get people, because I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. And my daddy always used to tell me, don't be, you too pretty to be fighting. And that's how my daddy ain't, he ain't like for me to fight. But baby, you couldn't play with me. I ain't like, don't pick with me, don't play with me, don't provoke me. Because I ain't bothering nobody. So when you came bothering me, we had a problem. I always been quiet. I always stayed to myself. Never been the type to bother other people. Never. I ain't never been the type to start a fight. I definitely was the one to end it though. Time, you silly. I used to, King T, absolutely. Because people used to pick with me and I ain't used to bother nobody. And it take a lot, even then, when I was younger, when I was a kid and a teenager, years, even forever. It's always taken a lot to make me mad. Even now, it takes a lot to get me mad. If you, listen, Sagittarius are not easily angered. Not easily angered. It take a lot to piss us off. It takes a lot to upset me. My emotional, baby, the way my emotions are set up and the way my empathy is set up, I feel bad too much. I feel bad arguing. I feel bad. It takes too much out of me and I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate to argue. It take a whole lot to make me mad. I don't hold grudges. I can't hold a grudge. My heart don't let me do it. I be wanting to be mad. I be wanting to be like, I really don't like you. You know, like, fuck you. Like, I be wanting to, but then I be like, I ain't got to be like that. You know, so it's just like, yes, Michael. Oh my God. Yes. We laugh everything off. We gonna find the sarcasm. The sarcasm just come to us naturally, baby. We laugh at everything. Listen, I remember the person I was married to used to be pissed at me because he'd be yelling in my face, going off for no reason. He'd be mad because he done went gambling, lost all his damn money or something. And he'd get mad at me and want to take it out on me and be standing in my face going off. In my mind, I'm just staring at him, literally just looking at him. In my mind, I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do about it? What you mad at me for? Like, I got all this stuff going through my mind. I'm just looking at him. Like, I always been like that, though. From when I was younger to now, I still do that. When you get to talking crazy and I'm going to go mute. I'm going to go mute and I'm going to just be looking at you like, what is your problem? Like, what is wrong with you? I'm going to think something wrong with you. So the whole time you going off, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out a solution to keep you from doing this stupid shit again. Like, that's how my mind work. It's just how it work. And I'm going to be laughing. But I used to smirk all the time trying to hold in the laugh. And we horrible at trying to hold our laugh in. Horrible at it. Lord. You know how many times I got in trouble for laughing? Even at work. People like, what's so funny, Danielle? Yo, You funny. You thinking you can play with me is funny. We literally laugh at everything. And people be like, I'm telling you, King T. Listen, King T says Sagittarius get mad, take it to hell, and calms down fast. I'm telling you. And to be telling a joke 2 minutes later, laughing about the whole situation. I'm telling y'all, when I say I can't hold no grudges, is I can't do it. I got I remember this dude I used to date, and he used to be like, how you ain't never mad? Like you be mad for like 2 minutes and then you laugh and like nothing never happened. And people used to always be like, I'm crazy. They will call me crazy because of that. But what I'm supposed to do? Because we don't initiate the arguments. I don't initiate an argument because I hate to argue. I'll be wanting to laugh too much. I got a strong, baby, listen, a very strong sense of humor. So I always want to laugh and tell a joke. I'm the one that make other people laugh. It's no, we not doing that. And if you piss me off, I'm gonna be mad for a hot second, tell you about whatever I need to tell you, and we're gonna move along. Ain't nobody dwelling on no. And they'll take you straight down through there real quick and bring it back up. It just be like that sometimes. And if you got to protect yourself, baby, you got to protect yourself. One thing about a Taurus, they the zodiac sign that's stuck in their ways before they reach an older age. So a older Taurus, baby, you ain't getting them. You can't get them to budge. And once they hit about 45, 40, 45, 50, 40, somewhere between 40 and 50, once they hit that age range, baby, you just don't try to convince them. You can't get them to budge. Ain't no getting them to budge. Cause One thing, you know why the bull is they symbol? Do you know why the bull is Taurus? Because they're bullheaded. They very stubborn. They stubborn when it come to their love. They stubborn when it come to other things. And yes, they hold a grudge. Just like Scorpio, it's in their nature to hold grudges and be stubborn. Yeah, it's hard for them to even admit when they wrong. Both Taurus and Scorpios. So you got to know that now I told y'all they opposing zodiac signs. So they one and the same. Okay? But so different, but so much alike. So you got to be careful, because a Taurus ain't quick to forgive. So you wrong them, baby. You might as well cancel it. You might as well go ahead, walk away, make a new plan, do something. Cause if I'm telling you, Taurus ain't easy to forgive, and their retaliation might be deadly. So proceed with caution. I'm telling you. I love astrology though. It's fun. It's fun to learn about. I told y'all I studied it for years ago. It's been 10 years, over 10 years now, that I had started studying astrology and numerology and universal law and all of that stuff. But it all goes together. Once you learn it and you learn the symbolism and all of that, it's a lot to learn. You'll forever be learning it. But baby, it's fun. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. We've been on here on over 2 hours talking about all the jankiness of the zodiac signs. Oh, well, thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. The topic that we did tonight was letting go. Okay, so all of the information in regards to that, my notes, the scriptures that was referenced, all of those are going to be in the beginning of this video, probably within the first hour of this video. Revisit it, rewind it, rewatch it as many times as you need to. Baby, it's over 2 hours long. I understand. Okay. I understand. I get it. Okay. I appreciate you, Michael Bradley. Thank you. So, y'all, be blessed, nothing less. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining me and keeping it respectful in the chat. Thank you for your gifts and all of that. May you be blessed 1,000 times more. And I will see you guys in the morning for the Rising Wisdom to start your day, okay? Which is just a positive affirmation to get you along your day, okay? So visit the playlist section. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm here, all right? I'll be here somewhere between 7 and 9 a.m., okay? Somewhere between there. Hey, accepting accountability. My day was great, honey. How your day been? And thank you for asking. Oh, thank you, Derek Palmer. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I got work to do, so I'm going to be up for a while. I got to quit doing that. Because it's like I done created a third shift. I'm supposed to be working in the daytime, not night. That's me creating my own schedule. So, it is what it is. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.